sweetheart. We're all here at the beach house already. I cooked dinner. When are you and Emma flying in?
She said it was a girls' trip.
I'm a 31-year-old guy, and what happened last month still feels completely surreal. My girlfriend Emma and I had been dating for 4 years, sharing an apartment for the past 2. Everything seemed stable and comfortable until that Thursday evening when she casually dropped a bombshell while scrolling through her phone on our couch. "Just so you know, I'm heading to Miami this weekend with the girls," she announced, without even glancing up from her screen. "It's me, Ashley, and Megan. Obviously, you're not invited because it's girls only." The dismissive way she phrased it caught me completely off guard, like I was some random stranger trying to crash an exclusive party instead of her boyfriend of 4 years. "This weekend? That seems really sudden, doesn't it?" She rolled her eyes dramatically. "Oh my God, do I need to run absolutely everything by you first? It's only 3 days. You'll survive without me, I promise." I'm not saying you need my permission. It just seems incredibly last minute, that's all I'm pointing out. Well, the flights were dirt cheap, and Ashley found an absolutely incredible Airbnb deal. We're leaving tomorrow afternoon, so I need to pack tonight. Something felt deeply wrong about the entire situation. We'd always discussed travel plans together beforehand, even quick weekend getaways to nearby cities. This authoritative announcement, without any prior discussion or planning, was completely out of character for our relationship dynamic. "All right then, have a great time," I said, deciding not to press the issue any further at that moment. She looked almost surprised that I wasn't putting up more resistance. "Really? You're not going to sulk about it or try to guilt-trip me?" "Why would I do that? If you want a weekend with your friends, go enjoy yourself. I'm not going to stop you." Friday morning arrived and she packed with frantic, almost manic energy that seemed excessive. 2 absolutely massive suitcases for what was supposedly just a 3-day beach trip. Multiple cocktail dresses, several pairs of expensive high heels, her entire makeup collection spread across the bed. It seemed wildly excessive for just hanging out with girlfriends at the beach, but I decided to keep my observations to myself and not start an argument before she left. I drove her to the airport, received a quick peck on the lips goodbye, and she said with a laugh, "Try not to burn the apartment down while I'm gone, okay?" "Absolutely hilarious," I replied with obvious sarcasm. I stopped and grabbed some Chinese takeout on the way home, queued up several shows I'd been meaning to watch for months, and settled in for what I genuinely thought would be a relaxing bachelor weekend. Then, Saturday morning at exactly 7 o'clock, destroyed that peaceful illusion completely. My phone rang loudly, waking me up. It was an incoming call from Emma's mother, Linda. "Hi, sweetheart, just checking what time you two are landing today. I've already got the rental house completely set up and ready for everyone." My brain completely short-circuited trying to process what she was saying. "Landing? What rental house are you talking about?" "The beach house I rented for our couple's weekend getaway. Emma told me you were both flying down today to meet us for a family vacation. I even invited her sister and brother-in-law. This rental cost me a fortune, over $3,000. My stomach dropped straight through the floor. "Linda, Emma specifically told me she was on a girls' trip to Miami. She explicitly said I wasn't invited and it was just her and her friends." There was a long, heavy pause on the other end of the line. "A girls' trip? That's what she told you?" "She told me this was you two celebrating your anniversary early with the family. Her cousin even flew in from Seattle for this. What on earth is actually going on here?" "She's not with you right now." "No, she clearly told me you were flying in together this morning. I've been preparing and shopping all week for your arrival." "I honestly have no idea what's happening right now. Let me figure this out, and I'll call you right back as soon as I know something." I hung up and immediately opened Instagram with shaking hands. Emma had posted several stories from the previous night showing her, Ashley, and Megan at some crowded nightclub. Everything appeared completely normal on the surface. Then I noticed something in the background of one particular video that made my blood run absolutely cold. A guy's arm was wrapped around Emma's waist in an unmistakably intimate way. The watch on that arm looked disturbingly familiar. So did the distinctive tattoo sleeve running up his forearm. It was Brandon, her ex-boyfriend from college. The same guy who'd supposedly moved to Miami about a year ago and who she claimed she hadn't spoken to or seen in forever, maybe years. I sat there on the couch for several long minutes trying to process exactly what I was seeing and what it meant. Then I did something I'd never done once in our entire 4-year relationship. She'd left her laptop at home sitting on the kitchen counter. I opened it and logged into her accounts using the shared password we'd always had for emergencies. I found the group chat labeled Miami girls trip, and started reading through the messages. Except it definitely wasn't just girls planning this supposed trip. Ashley had written 3 weeks earlier, "I'm so excited. Chris is driving down separately, so we'll have our own transportation and won't need to rent a car." Megan replied, "Perfect. Jake just booked us a table at that amazing rooftop restaurant everyone talks about for Saturday night. It's going to be incredible." Then Emma, "Brandon says the beach party on Sunday is going to be absolutely insane. He knows the promoter personally, so we're getting VIP access." I kept scrolling backwards through 3 full weeks of incredibly detailed planning. The supposed girls' trip was actually Emma, her 2 closest friends, their respective boyfriends, and Brandon. 6 people total, essentially 3 couples pretending to be something completely different. The message that made my blood absolutely boil was from exactly 2 days before they left. Emma had written to the group, "Just told Dan it's only us girls, LOL. He totally bought it without questioning anything at all. What he doesn't know won't hurt him, right? Besides, Brandon and I are just friends now anyway. Ancient history." Ashley responded with multiple laughing emojis and added, "Sure you are, totally just friends. We all believe that." Megan chimed in, "This is absolutely savage, but honestly, I'm here for it. You deserve to have fun." I screenshot absolutely everything I could find. Every single message, every shared photo, every last detail about their coordinated plans, and the elaborate lies everyone told to make it all work seamlessly. Then I called Linda back with trembling hands, my heart pounding. "Okay, so let me understand this situation correctly," Linda said, her voice getting progressively sharper and angrier with each word. "She told me you two were coming down for a romantic couples weekend with the family. She told you it was strictly a girls' trip and you weren't invited. And she's actually down there with her ex-boyfriend from college?" "That's exactly what's happening, yes. I just found the entire group chat where they planned everything." That lying little... I paid $3,000 for that beach house rental. I invited the entire extended family. Her cousin flew in all the way from Seattle specifically for this. I bought groceries for everyone. "I'm really sorry you're going through this, Linda. I had absolutely no clue about any of it until you called me this morning. Don't you dare apologize to me for her behavior. I raised her better than this. Send me those screenshots immediately, right now. Are you absolutely sure you want to see them? They're pretty damning and it's going to be upsetting. Send them to me this very instant." I forwarded every single screenshot to her phone. 5 minutes later, my phone rang again, and Linda's voice had transformed from sharp anger to absolutely Arctic fury. "I'm handling this situation personally," Linda said with frightening calmness. "Don't do anything at all yet. Just sit tight and let me work. This ends now." Meanwhile, Emma hadn't contacted me even once since leaving for the airport Friday afternoon. No text messages, no phone calls, no social media messages, complete and total radio silence. I guess when you're having that much fun reconnecting with your ex-boyfriend in Miami, you completely forget about your current boyfriend sitting at home alone wondering what's happening. Saturday afternoon, everything began exploding in absolutely spectacular fashion. My phone buzzed with an incoming text from Emma's younger sister, Michelle. "What the actual hell is going on right now? Mom just sent the family group chat screenshots of Emma with her ex-boyfriend. Dad is absolutely losing his mind. He's on the phone with the credit card companies, canceling all her cards immediately." Then I saw what Linda had posted on Instagram, and my jaw literally dropped open. She'd posted every single screenshot I'd sent her as public Instagram stories, tagging Emma, both her friends, and most brutally of all, Brandon's current girlfriend, who apparently had absolutely zero idea he was in Miami with his ex. The caption read, "When your daughter lies to absolutely everyone in her life, takes money meant for a family trip, and sneaks around with her ex-boyfriend, while her loyal boyfriend of 4 years sits home alone. Raised you better than this, Emma Grace." Disappointment doesn't even begin to describe what I'm feeling right now. My phone started absolutely exploding with notifications from everywhere. Mutual friends, co-workers, old college acquaintances, her extended family, everyone. The scandal was spreading through our social circles like absolute wildfire. Then Emma finally called me. I let it ring exactly twice before answering, trying my best to steady my voice and stay calm. "What the hell did you do?" She was screaming so loudly I had to pull the phone away from my ear. "Why is my mom posting private messages online?" "Me? I literally didn't do anything at all. Your mother called me this morning asking about our couple's trip. You know, the romantic weekend you told her we were taking together. You went through my private messages without permission. You completely violated my privacy. You turned my own mother against me. This is absolutely insane and controlling." I told your mother the honest truth when she called and asked me a direct question. That's literally all I did. She asked where we were. This is completely insane. You've ruined my entire vacation. Everyone is blowing up my phone. I thought you said it was just a girls' trip with Ashley and Megan. Dead silence on the other end for several long seconds. It is a girls' trip. We're just hanging out. Then explain why Brandon is there, with his hands all over you in your Instagram stories that you posted publicly. We're just old friends catching up. God, you're being so incredibly insecure and jealous right now. This is exactly why I didn't tell you. Emma, I saw the entire group chat going back 3 weeks, the one where you literally laughed about lying to me, where Ashley made those jokes about you and Brandon hooking up. Want me to read the messages back to you word for word? She hung up immediately without saying another single word. Exactly 20 minutes later, Brandon's girlfriend, now very much his ex-girlfriend, posted her own explosive Instagram story. Screenshots of her confronting him over the phone about the trip. His stammering admission that he'd been secretly texting Emma for months, planning this specific trip to reconnect with her romantically. His pathetic excuses about how it just happened naturally and he didn't plan it. The evidence against both of them just kept mounting higher and higher with each passing hour. But Emma wasn't finished yet with her defense. She went absolutely nuclear in response, posting a lengthy Instagram rant about how I was controlling and emotionally abusive for checking her messages without explicit written permission, how her mother was toxic and manipulative for not supporting her independence as a grown adult woman, how everyone was massively overreacting to what was simply an innocent vacation with old friends reconnecting. The comments section was absolutely savage and brutal. Girl, you literally lied to every single person in your life. How is that innocent? Innocent? Brandon's ex just posted receipts showing you've been secretly texting for months planning this. Team Dan all the way. You're completely delusional if you think you're the sufferer here. The audacity is truly breathtaking. Take accountability for once. Your mom paid $3,000 for a trip you lied about. You're shameless. Her father, Robert, called me that evening. He was old school military background and didn't believe in mincing words or beating around the bush. Dan, you're a genuinely good guy with a solid head on your shoulders. Better than she deserves, honestly. I've already canceled all her credit cards and told her she's completely on her own for getting home. Whatever you decide to do moving forward, her mother and I support you 100%. I really appreciate that support, Robert. Thank you so much. One more important thing I need to ask you. That apartment you two share, it's only in your name, correct? Just your name on the lease? Yes, just mine. She moved in with me 2 years ago, but never got added to the lease. Good. That's very good. Change those locks Monday morning, first thing when business is open. Don't wait or hesitate. I'll cover the entire cost of everything. You really don't have to do that, Robert. I absolutely insist on it. My daughter played stupid games with people's emotions. Now she gets to win stupid prizes and face real consequences. Sunday morning brought an entirely fresh wave of chaos and drama. Emma and her entire group got kicked out of their Airbnb unexpectedly. Apparently, the entire booking had been made using her now-canceled credit card, and when the next payment tried to process, it bounced. The owner kicked them out immediately. Brandon evidently didn't have sufficient funds to cover a new place, which didn't surprise me in the slightest. Ashley and Megan suddenly weren't feeling generous about helping their supposed best friend out financially either. Emma called me 15 separate times in a row and left 8 increasingly desperate voicemails, ranging from sobbing to screaming rage to pathetic bargaining attempts. My personal favorite was the one where she accused me of somehow orchestrating her credit cards being canceled, as if I possessed that kind of power or influence over her parents' financial decisions. I didn't respond to a single message or call from her. Instead, I spent the entire Sunday methodically packing all of her belongings with meticulous care. Neat, carefully organized boxes sorted by type of item. All her clothes, shoes, accessories, makeup, toiletries, photographs, books, everything she owned. I labeled each box clearly with its contents and stacked them systematically in the living room in neat rows. Then I scheduled a locksmith appointment for Monday morning at exactly 8 o'clock sharp. The locksmith arrived right on time Monday morning, professional and efficient. New locks, completely new keys, even added a heavy-duty deadbolt for extra security and peace of mind. Robert wasn't kidding about covering the cost. He sent me $500 through Venmo within the hour with the note, "For the locks and your troubles, son. You did the right thing. Emma's flight was scheduled to land at 2 that afternoon. I knew the exact time because she'd finally texted me her flight information along with, "We seriously need to talk when I get home. This has gone too far." I replied simply and directly. "Your belongings are already packed in boxes. Arrange pickup with 24 hours advance notice." "What do you mean packed?" "Dan, stop playing these stupid games. I'm exhausted." "I'm not playing any games whatsoever. You don't live here anymore. It's that simple." My phone immediately started ringing. I sent it straight to voicemail without any hesitation. "Dan, you absolutely cannot just kick me out like this. I live there too. You're being completely unreasonable and childish. It was just a vacation with friends. Brandon means absolutely nothing to me whatsoever. Call me back right this instant so we can talk like adults." She took an Uber directly from the airport to our apartment building. I know this because she started texting me frantically from the car as it got progressively closer to our place. "Almost there. We're going to discuss this like mature adults whether you like it or not. This is my home too. You can't just lock me out of my own home. Dan, I'm genuinely sorry, okay? Can we please just talk face to face about this? Why aren't you answering your phone? This isn't funny anymore. I'm serious." Then came the inevitable message I was waiting for. "My key isn't working at all. What did you do?" "That's because I had all the locks changed this morning. Professional locksmith." "Are you actually being serious right now? This is insane." I looked through the peephole in the door. She stood there in the hallway with her 2 absolutely massive suitcases, mascara completely streaked down her face from crying on the plane, frantically jamming her useless old key into the brand new lock over and over like it would magically start working. "Dan, open this door right now." She screamed loud enough for neighbors to hear. I spoke calmly and evenly through the closed door. "Your belongings are already packed in labeled boxes. Text me when you want to arrange pickup. I'll leave everything outside the door for you. You can't do this to me. I have legal rights as a tenant who lives here. You're not on the lease, Emma. Check the records. You actually have 0 legal rights to this apartment whatsoever." Where am I supposed to go? What am I supposed to do right now? Maybe Brandon has space at his place for you. Oh, wait. His girlfriend just kicked him out too. That's really awkward for both of you, isn't it? She started pounding violently on the door with both fists. "This is completely illegal. I'm calling the police right now. You can't do this." "Go right ahead and do that if it makes you feel better." She actually followed through and called them like I knew she would. 15 minutes later, 2 uniformed police officers arrived and knocked professionally on the door. I explained the entire situation calmly through the closed door, showed them the lease with only my name clearly printed on it, explained she'd been gone for multiple days on a trip with her ex-boyfriend, and I was ending the relationship permanently. The older officer sighed heavily and turned to Emma with obvious sympathy. "Ma'am, if you're not on the lease and he's requesting you leave, you need to go. This is a civil matter, not a criminal one. We can't force him to let you in." "But all of my stuff is inside, everything I own." "He clearly stated you can arrange to pick it up. That's reasonable accommodation under the law. He's not keeping your belongings." She had an absolute complete meltdown right there in the hallway. Full hysterical screaming, uncontrollable sobbing, wild accusations of theft, misuse, emotional manipulation, illegal eviction. The officers looked genuinely embarrassed for her display. "Ma'am, you need to leave the building immediately or we'll be forced to escort you out. Don't make this harder." She finally left, dragging her suitcases behind her, but not before screaming, "This isn't over. You'll regret this. I'll sue you." Like some ridiculous movie villain. Exactly 1 hour later, Linda called me. She just showed up at our house with her suitcases, absolutely sobbing about being homeless and abandoned on the street. I told her she made herself homeless when she decided to lie to everyone and sneak around with her ex-boyfriend behind your back. How did she take that response? She's currently locked in her childhood bedroom, posting on social media about what a sufferer she is. I'm giving her 3 days maximum here before I kick her out too. I didn't raise a liar and a cheater. Robert agrees completely. The social media meltdown that followed over the next hours was truly spectacular to witness unfold. Emma posted approximately a dozen Instagram stories about her abusive ex-boyfriend who threw her out onto the street with nowhere to go, and her toxic, unsupportive family who chose her ex over their own daughter in her time of need. The responses were absolutely not what she was desperately hoping for. Her cousin commented, "But didn't you lie about the entire trip, though? Mom showed me the screenshots." A mutual friend from college wrote, "Girl, literally everyone in town saw the screenshots. Just take the loss gracefully and move on." Ashley, her supposed best friend and partner in crime, wrote, "Maybe don't post all this publicly. You're making it worse for yourself." Even better, Brandon tried defending her honor online, posting something about how real friends support each other through difficult times and how people are too quick to judge situations without knowing the full story or context. His ex-girlfriend immediately responded with additional screenshots of his recent text messages, including ones where he explicitly called Emma the one that got away from me, and said he was definitely shooting his shot in Miami this weekend. Emma deleted absolutely everything and switched her entire account to private within 2 hours of posting. Tuesday afternoon, she sent her brother Kyle to collect all her belongings from outside my door. I had everything waiting in the hallway. 17 boxes total, all clearly labeled with their contents written in black marker. "Hey man," he said awkwardly, avoiding direct eye contact with me. "Really sorry about all this mess. Family drama. Not your fault at all, Kyle. I appreciate you helping out." For what it's worth, the entire family genuinely thinks she's completely lost her mind. Even Mom is totally done with her lies. Dad isn't speaking to her. "How's she actually doing day to day?" He snorted and shook his head. "She's at Mom's place right now, frantically calling lawyers about illegal eviction. They all keep explaining she has absolutely no case because she's not on your lease. It's been pretty entertaining to watch unfold, honestly." As he loaded the final box into his truck, he paused and looked at me directly. "You dodged a serious bullet, bro. I love my sister, but she really showed you her true character and who she really is deep down. You deserve so much better than that treatment." Wednesday brought the final desperate attempt at reconciliation. A handwritten letter appeared, slipped under my apartment door sometime during the night. 3 full pages of rambling word salad about how I completely misunderstood the entire situation from the beginning, how Brandon was purely platonic and always had been just a friend, how her friends pressured her into lying to me, how she never actually intended to hurt me in any way. The ending was absolutely the best part of the whole letter. "I'm willing to forgive you for changing the locks. If you're willing to work through this together, we can get past this and be stronger. I love you." She was willing to forgive me for protecting myself. The absolute audacity was breathtaking. I took a clear photo of the entire letter and sent it to Robert. His response came within minutes. "The audacity is genetic. She got it directly from her grandmother, rest her soul. Stay strong, son. You're doing exactly the right thing here." It's been 3 full weeks now since the Miami disaster that changed everything. The fallout has been comprehensive and absolutely brutal in every possible way imaginable. Emma lasted exactly 5 days at her parents' house before Linda forcibly kicked her out. Apparently, she kept lying about small things constantly, playing the perpetual sufferer in every situation and refusing to accept any personal responsibility whatsoever for her choices. The final straw came when Linda caught her trying to secretly sell family jewelry to fund an apartment deposit without asking permission. "I'm completely done enabling her destructive behavior patterns," Linda told me during one of her many apologetic phone calls. She desperately needs to learn that actions have real, lasting consequences in life. Emma moved in with Ashley next, which lasted approximately 72 hours, according to the gossip network that Michelle kept me reliably updated through. Apparently, Emma expected Ashley to cover her rent, groceries, utilities, everything, while she got back on her feet financially. Ashley's boyfriend, Chris, shut that arrangement down immediately and gave Emma an ultimatum. She then tried Megan, who refused outright before Emma even finished asking. Their Miami trip friend group had completely imploded when everyone's significant others discovered the truth about all the coordinated lies. Chris dumped Ashley for lying to him about the trip's actual nature. Jake and Megan are currently on a break and not speaking. The girls' trip crew transformed into a circular firing squad of accusations and blame shifting. Here's where the situation gets truly interesting. Brandon, thinking he was being smooth and heroic, offered to let Emma crash at his apartment temporarily. She actually accepted immediately, without hesitation. Lasted exactly 1 night before his roommate, who happened to be close friends with Brandon's ex-girlfriend, threatened to throw them both out on the street immediately. Brandon backpedaled so fast he left visible skid marks, telling Emma it was way too complicated with my living situation, and she absolutely needed to find somewhere else immediately. She ended up at some sketchy extended stay motel on the edge of town, paying week to week with whatever money she could desperately scrape together from her dwindling savings. Her marketing firm job started asking serious questions about her sudden performance issues and excessive absences. Turns out crying at your desk while spending all day on your phone trying to find housing doesn't impress employers or clients much. Then came the email that made me genuinely laugh out loud. From Emma, exactly 2 weeks after everything exploded publicly. Subject line: business proposal. Please read. I am not kidding even slightly. She asked me to loan her $5,000 for an apartment deposit. She laid out an entire detailed payment plan where she'd pay me back over 2 years with minimal interest rates. She actually wrote in the email, "Since you're partially responsible for my current difficult financial situation by kicking me out, it seems only fair that you help with the solution." This is the mature thing to do. I responded with exactly one word: no. She absolutely lost whatever remaining composure she had left. Sent 8 consecutive emails over the next 2 hours ranging from desperate begging to threatening to sue me for emotional distress, financial manipulation, and intentional infliction of emotional damage. Robert called me later that day, laughing so hard he could barely speak coherently. "She asked us for money too," he managed to wheeze out between laughs. "Told her mother it was our sacred parental duty to support her no matter what. Linda told her our duty ended the exact moment she decided to lie to everyone and cheat on the best boyfriend she'll ever have in her entire life. She didn't take that well." The last I heard through Michelle, Emma had to move back to her hometown 3 states away to live with her elderly grandmother, the only family member still willing to take her in. Her Instagram bio changed from marketing queen living my best life in the city to just a single plant emoji with no other text. She posts maybe once a month now, usually some generic motivational quote about personal growth through adversity or learning to trust again after betrayal. Brandon completely ghosted her the moment she left the city, blocked her on absolutely everything. He's already publicly dating someone new according to his social media. When Emma discovered this fact, she sent me a drunk text at 2 a.m. "I threw away absolutely everything for nothing at all. You were right about everything." I didn't respond to that message at all. The friend group never recovered from the fallout. Ashley and Megan don't speak anymore at all. Both blame each other entirely for the Miami plan. Their entire social circle fractured permanently and split into factions. The group chat that started everything was eventually deleted, but not before someone anonymously leaked absolutely everything to a local gossip blog that everyone reads. Emma became a genuine cautionary tale in our city's dating scene that people reference. Her family still regularly checks in on me to see how I'm doing. Robert and Linda invited me for Thanksgiving dinner with the family. I politely declined, but appreciated the gesture immensely and told them so. Michelle sends me funny memes about dodging bullets weekly. Kyle and I actually became genuine friends through all this. We play basketball together every Thursday evening now at the local gym. As for me, I'm genuinely good. Better than good, actually. The apartment feels authentically mine again for the first time. I completely redecorated with new furniture, got rid of absolutely everything that reminded me of her or our relationship. Started regular therapy sessions twice a week to work through the trust issues, because being systematically lied to and gaslit for weeks definitely leaves psychological marks that need professional help. I met someone new just last week at a local bookstore browsing the same section. Her name's Sophie. We're taking things extremely slow and careful, but she seems authentic and genuine in ways Emma never was. When I told her the entire Miami story on our second coffee date, she nearly spit out her latte from laughing at the absurdity. "Wait, she was willing to forgive you for changing your own locks?" Sophie gasped incredulously. "The sheer audacity is absolutely unbelievable." "Yeah, that's exactly what I thought too when I read that letter." Last week, I received one final text from an unknown number. It was Emma using someone else's phone since I'd blocked her everywhere. "I know you'll probably delete this immediately, but I wanted you to know I'm in therapy now, genuinely working on myself and my issues. I realize now what I lost and threw away. You deserved so much better than how I treated you. I'm truly sorry for everything I put you through." I didn't respond to that message, but I didn't delete it either. It sits there in my messages as a permanent reminder that sometimes the best response to betrayal isn't revenge or anger or anything dramatic. Sometimes it's simply stepping aside calmly and letting people face the natural consequences of their own choices and actions. She wanted to lie to everyone and party with her ex in Miami. She got exactly that experience, and she lost absolutely everything else in the process. Linda was absolutely right about one thing from the beginning. Emma played stupid games with people's emotions and trust and won exactly the prizes she earned through her choices. No more, no less. The lock stayed changed permanently. My life moved forward into something better and healthier. And somewhere 3 states away in her grandmother's house, Emma's learning the hard way that you can't lie your way through life without eventually running completely out of people willing to believe you or support you anymore. Funny how life works out sometimes when people face consequences.